It was a sweltering evening in September as I walked through the graveyard, marveling at hundreds of years of history marching away in row after row of names carved in stone. As the sun crept across the surrounding fields, each surging skyward with new life, I reflected on the extremes of life and death, joy and sorrow, the weathering of age, and the glory of new growth. Generally speaking, exposure describes how bright or dark an image is. An overexposed image is too bright. The darker areas will likely appear muddy or grainy, and the brighter areas will be pure white with jagged edges. An underexposed image will be too dark. The light areas will be cloudy, and the dark areas will be completely black, and the whole image will appear gray and dull. Technically speaking, exposure is a delicate balance of ISO, aperture, and shutter speed. These parts form the walls and base of the exposure triangle. Anytime you adjust one of them, you must adjust the other two as well, or your image will grow too bright or too dark. Modern digital cameras make a lot of these adjustments automatically, but you may still need to adjust your exposure manually. Not all cameras support this feature, but if you search for exposure compensation and the name of your camera, you'll find guides for adjusting the brightness of almost any camera or smartphone. This can be a real photo saver when you are working in unbalanced lighting conditions. Remember that photography is an art as much as it is science, and anything that we study to help us take a more technical photo can also be used to push the boundaries of that art. Try taking photos which are extremely dark and only reveal a hint of your subject, perhaps as a silhouette with a strong edge of light surrounding it. Also, take some photos which are extremely bright and only hint at the subject. You will likely have a strong contrast between light and dark. Your photos may become almost black or almost white, with just small hints of color. Don't be afraid of the darkness. Walk into the light. Push at the edges of your technical and artistic abilities and see what kind of story you can tell.